We're here in the lovely city of Hereford and we're asking the public, if you could ask God one question, what would it be?
I think if I got to see them, I'd ask, why don't you come and show yourself to everyone so we'd all believe?
I suppose the question for most Christians, and most non-Christians actually, would be why does God allow suffering?
I guess if God is meant to be loving, then why does he send people to hell?
Do all religions lead to God?
What are you?
How do I know the Bible's reliable?
Well, I've heard Christians say that Jesus rose from the dead, but where's the proof in that?
In this episode of But Why, we're exploring the question, if God is loving, why does he send people to hell? Mark, we're here again.
We are,
here again.
We are indeed.
Big question, this one, tough question.
Yeah.
If God is loving, why does he send people to hell?
Yeah. Do you know what, mate? Can I be really honest?
Please.
I've been honest anyway.
You have, yeah.
Because that's always the danger. I don't like this subject.
Nah.
I honestly wish it's not something we had to talk about, because it's just horrible, the thought, isn't it? But at the end of the day, it's there in the Bible.
Yeah. It's something we have to
we
address,
do
but
have
we just
to
don't
address
like
it.
facing it.
No, we don't. But there's this notion, isn't it, with it, that it's like God sends us there.
Yeah.
But actually, I think it's more about choice than maybe some people might think.
Yeah.
So I've been on a diet, mate.
Is it working?
Thank you very much, cheeky bagger. don't sound so cynical. But it's interesting. I lost loads. I put a few pounds back on.
Right,
if I'm honest.
Christmas has come, so
Christmas has come for many years.
Yes.
But when I lost the big weight and I
Yeah.
went to see the consultant, she was like, "Oh, well done, Matt. Well done."
Nice.
I said, "Well, I didn't really have a choice, did I?" She said, "Well, you did." I went, "I didn't, because you said if I don't lose weight, it might kill me and probably will kill me.
Yeah.
So it's not a choice." And she said to me, "You would be surprised, Matt, how many people I get in here who faced with that choice and knowing the reality that it will bring death if they don't change their ways, and they don't change their ways, and they do die." So confronted with the reality, people still don't change, but it is all about choice.
It really is about choice. And I think you're absolutely right. It's something we look at God and say, well, if he can stop people from going to hell, like, well, why doesn't he? But that's the thing, like, God desires to have a relationship with
100%.
us, but it wouldn't be love without a choice.
He's not going to
right?
force
He's not going to.
to.
No, exactly. He's not going to make us robots and say, you're all going to be robots, you're going to do what you do, or even live how you want to live. And if you don't want to live for me and you want to just live for yourself, that's your choice. But at the end, when you die, I'll just change it anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not right, that is it? If
No.
you've chosen to live without God,
Yeah.
and then you get to heaven and you're suddenly forced to stay there
Absolutely.
because you don't want the other place, it's really unfair, isn't
He's
it?
a respecter of persons in
Absolutely,
that sense.
mate,
And so
dignity.
you can either spend an eternity with God, or you can spend an eternity ultimately without God, and that's your choice.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. God gives us a choice because he doesn't want to make us robots, and he deeply desires a relationship with us, but wants it to be reciprocated. He wants us to respond back to him in love, and he wants us to have a relationship with him based on our choice to say, actually, God, I'm going to choose to live for you because you're loving and you're gentle and faithful and kind and loyal and all these beautiful attributes. Or I'm going to choose to live life my own way and be my own God and determine things for myself. And the ultimate end of that is separation from God, and it's hell. It's eternity without God, and it is suffering. And I think people struggle with the idea that, well, how is that justice? How is that fair that we do something wrong against God? And what, we've got to spend eternity in suffering? And there's a level of going, well, your choice is to spend eternity with a loving God or to spend eternity without a loving God. But the thing is, he's just. And that's the important factor, right? So we will look at Earth. There might be a crime that happens on Earth, and it happens to us or a family member. We want justice,
we
right?
already want justice.
We want to know that judge is executing proper justice, and there'd be an outcry, outrage, if the judge decided, oh, do you know what? It's fine. I love you guys. Not a problem. You killed him. Don't worry. It's fine. You can get off the hook. It's not a problem. That would be awful. And the fact that God is just should bring us a sense of, okay, well, at least the creator of the universe, he's just. He's a just judge.
No, absolutely. And it's not, isn't it? It's not just about the end game. Like, I want to be there at the end. It's
Exactly.
about the here and now. And I think people need to understand that it's not just that. Could it be that actually it's about the here and now also?
And some people would say, well, can he not just get rid of suffering? You know, could he not just get rid of the fact that there's going to be hell? But I just think the very fact, he's just giving us the choice, isn't he? He's giving us the choice ultimately, and that is what it comes down to. It comes down to the choice. And so could it be possible that actually God is giving you a choice to either spend an eternity with him, and he's loving and he desires to have that, and he's giving you an invitation to say, hey, come and join me in eternity of love and grace and faithfulness and goodness, or choose life for yourself. And he's either going to ask us to say, hey, God, your will be done and I'll do what you want, or he's going to say to us, hey, then your will be done, and that's eternity without me. So it's a tough choice, but it's one that we all have to make. If you want to find out more about this topic in particular, we've got a Discover More section which explores books and resources and videos all around these from great people who have a lot of understanding. So go and check that out and discuss this with the people in your life and around you.
For more discipleship content like this, visit cbneurope.com/Devo.